Hey friends, this is Pastor Bobby, and this is your April update. First, I want to say it was so good to see so many of you in person outside on that beautiful Easter Sunday, the beginning of this month. It was great to be able to connect and reconnect and to just celebrate the resurrection as an entire family, it felt like. And I hope that that is just a little bit of a precursor and a foretaste of what's to come as things begin to reopen, as many of us are getting vaccinated and able to be together with other people in safe environments. And so I hope that that was just a little bit of a snapshot of what is to come. So I'm still on an Easter high, maybe an Easter hangover, but it was a great day to celebrate, and I'm looking forward to many more days like that with all of you. On that note, we're going to be looking at Jesus's appearances after the resurrection to his disciples. And we're going to begin this week as Jesus appears to the women, to Mary, and as he reveals himself as the resurrected Christ to her, and how she goes from lonely and sad to belonging and into the family of God. We're going to look at him appearing to the disciples who are afraid and frightened in the upper room, to a doubting Thomas who needs to stick his hands in Jesus's wounds, his hands and his side. And how Jesus comes to us, even in our fear, even in our doubts, he comes and he reveals himself to us as the resurrected and victorious Christ. So that's going to be the series that we're in. It's simply going to be called Before and After. What was life like before the resurrection, and now how do we live in the after? Along with that, we're going to be really ramping up our daily pattern. So we have a lot of new writers for the daily pattern, and those writers, most of them, come from Reliant. And so we would like for you to take a look at that. We have a brand new website for the daily pattern. You can find that in this email that's attached with this video. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to meditate and to hear a little bit more about what's preached on Sunday, and to carry that with you throughout the week. In worship, we're going to be doing something along with this worship series called Looking Back and Moving Forward. It has been a really hard season. We all know that. We've talked a lot about it. But we want to acknowledge some of the things that God has brought us through and the people that God has worked through to get us through this very difficult pandemic season. And so we're going to look at various different vocations and callings that people have in our congregation, and how God has used them in a really deep and serious way during this pandemic. So we're going to look at community group leaders and how community groups have helped us get through this, and frontline workers, and our own Crave Coffee House, and how God worked through Crave to serve both the local community and the SLU campus. And so we're going to take some time in each service over the next 6 weeks, and we're going to honor the different vocations and the different callings that people have had throughout this pandemic, as God used them to help us through this very difficult season. So we hope that you can join us either in worship or online throughout this time as we honor those vocations. Really, what I want to do is I want to hold up two things to you as we slowly begin to re-enter. I want to hold up two things that we have always done at Reliant and want to continue to do and re-engage in for some of us who have been away for a while, and that is worship. Engaging in worship on a regular basis, letting that be a regular rhythm and pattern and habit in our life, and engaging in community groups. If you need a community group, if you are a member of Reliant, you've been around Reliant and you are not connected with a community group, a lot of our community groups are starting to meet again, and I would love to get you connected in with the community group. You can simply reach out to me at my email. I'll drop it in this email that's gonna be attached to this video. I would like everyone to be involved in those two things, if nothing else, regular in worship and engaged in a community group. And we believe that the Holy Spirit will work through his people, and he's been faithful, and he's going to continue to be faithful. And I am excited to see where God leads us in this next season. All right, everybody, have a great April, and I hope to see you soon in worship. Take care.